hope you all are doing well. In this section of my video, we will be going through the basic terminology of spherical mirrors. As we had already studied, there are two kinds of spherical mirrors. First is concave mirror and second is convex mirror. I will be going through the terminology of concave mirrors. Similar terminology will be equally applicable in the convex mirror. Now let us go through it, as it is a topic of chapter number 10 NCERT for class 10. Let's start. As I had just made a simple concave mirror. This is a concave spherical surface. The very first thing is x1 and x2 under the terminology is point x1, x2. These x1, x2 are known as the aperture. What an aperture is? The portion of the mirror which is required for the forming of image or the formation of image is known as aperture. We may have smaller spherical mirrors with smaller aperture and larger spherical mirrors with greater aperture. So here portion x1, x2 is known as the aperture of mirror. Then we have another point known as pole, which is represented by letter P. This pole is marked as the centermost part of this spherical surface, or you can say it is the center of this spherical part. It is the most important part because all the distances under spherical mirrors or spherical concept are being measured with this single point known as pole. Third part is this point C. This point C is known as the center of curvature. We note it by letter C. This C is equal to the radius of this spherical part. So we can also call it as radius of curvature. We represent it by letter R. Since every spherical surface has a center, so similarly this concave surface has a center known as C, which is equal to the radius of spherical surface. So we can either call it as center of curvature or we can also call it as radius of curvature. In between pole and center, you observe another point, F. This F is known as the focus. We represent it by F. And how we calculate F? F is simply the half of radius of curvature. That is, if the radius of curvature or the radius of a spherical surface is 10 cm, its focus lie on 5 cm. So these are the basic concepts, basic terminologies which are to be studied. Another thing, if you take a single line and put all these points on this line is known as principal axis. The major concept for using a principal axis is we will keep the object on the upper side of the principal axis depending upon the type and the nature of image formed. So this was the basic concepts and the basic terminologies which are being used in the spherical mirrors. We have just discussed about the concave mirrors. Similar terminology can be used in a convex mirror. The simple thing is that the center, I am just drawing a rough diagram. This is a convex mirror having aperture x1, x2, pole P, having center C and focus F. All these points lie on the farther side in terms of convex spherical surface. I hope you have understood this logic well. Thank you.